Well, in an exclusive interview to NDTV, the Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, has said that he's not necessarily unhappy with the Tamil Nadu government decision, or happy for that matter, to free those convicted in the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. He does not see it as a cynical part of politics or necessarily a mockery of justice.
There is actually news that has emerged today that the Tamil Nadu cabinet, and Tamil Nadu is of course your state, has decided that it would like to see the killers of Rajiv Gandhi actually be released. This is something that was expected. The DMK, that is an ally of yours, Mr. Karunanidhi, made a similar demand just yesterday. All of this, of course, has happened in the aftermath of the Supreme Court deciding to commute death to life. I want to ask you, because the Attorney General did oppose commuting death to life, your opinion as a senior lawyer, as a Tamil Nadu politician, as somebody who knew Rajiv, does this make you comfortable?
You see, our grief is an irreparable grief. Our grief is because Rajiv Gandhi was killed, brutally killed. Now, some of the killers have been punished. Some died in the aftermath of the investigation. 3 of them were sentenced to death, and that has been commuted to life on a principle that the Supreme Court has reiterated in more than one case in the last 6 months. So I can't say I am unhappy with the decision. It is a decision of the Supreme Court. So it's not a matter of happiness or unhappiness.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
Well,
it sets a precedent. It raises questions about other executions. Was set earlier. Was set earlier by the court. Yes.
That's why I said it's reiterated. Precedent was set earlier. Therefore, I can't say I'm unhappy that 3 people have been sentenced to life rather than sentenced to death. If that's the decision of the Supreme Court, I'm neither happy nor unhappy. Because our grief does not arise out of the recent events. Our grief arises from the brutal killing of Rajiv Gandhi. And that grief will always remain. That wound will always remain. The Supreme Court has not declared them innocent. That's the point.
But they're going to walk free, and that's the difference.
They've been found guilty. They're going to walk, if they walk free.
They are going to, that's the decision of the Tamil Nadu government.
If they walk free after about 22 years in prison. So that's it. If that is the punishment which the court felt they should suffer, so be it. I don't have to say that I'm either happy or unhappy. Be that as it may, I think there are, as a legal proposition, there is an issue with the reasoning of the Supreme Court. That mere delay is enough to commute the sentence. Now, when did this delay happen in this case? The mercy petition reached the Home Ministry in the year 2000. Who was in office in 2000? The NDA was in office in 2000. They did not deal with the mercy petition for nearly 4 years. It was first taken up only in 2005 by Mr. Shivraj Patil, and he sent it to the President. It lay in the President's office for nearly 5 years. After I became Home Minister, all the pending mercy petitions were returned to me, and I had to deal with them one by one. Therefore, to say that mere delay means that that the sentence can be commuted to life raises a serious question of law. But that has nothing to do with this case. But that's as an abstract proposition of law, I think we have to examine the correctness of that proposition.
And in this case, backed by your ally, Mr. Karunanidhi of the DMK, say that these 4 people, including Nalini, by the way, must walk free.
I'm not unhappy.
You're not unhappy?
I'm not unhappy.
Are you happy?
That's why I'm saying. I don't
explain what not unhappy means.
Because our grief arises out of the brutal killing of Rajiv Gandhi.
But aren't these 4 people implicated in the plot to assassinate Mr. Gandhi?
If the court says that an imprisonment for 22 years is sufficient, and we leave it to the executive government to decide whether they should be released, well, that's it. And that's the end of the matter.
You wouldn't protest the decision.
No.
You wouldn't see it as an example of cynical politics 2 months before the elections.
No, I don't look at it as a cynical decision. I don't look at it as cynical politics. But that's the decision of the court. And if the executive government in office decides that 22 years of imprisonment is sufficient, so be it.